from the House budget would mean a $2 billion cut over 4 years.
Governor Ferguson in Kennewick today, what he is saying about possible cuts to Medicaid. Our Monique Garcia was there. New at 6, a Walla Walla man who is accused of harassing young women has just been arrested. We'll have more on this story and later.
I enjoy doing work, and it was a system that needed to have some structure and organization, and I felt that I could bring that to it.
I go one-on-one with the man who won almost $2 million in a racial discrimination lawsuit involving the Pasco School District. And let's go outside, a live picture from Kennewick. Josh is in for Stacy. He'll have a first look at your weekend First Alert forecast as the news starts now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's Thursday, June the 26th. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy is off tonight. Our big story here at 6 o'clock is new this hour. We can now report that the Walla Walla man connected to multiple reports of harassment and inappropriate behavior towards younger women has now been arrested in Yakima. 23-year-old Alan Adams had a pattern of behavior towards his victims, according to officials, approaching young women, getting their contact information, and later sending them repeated and unwanted communications that involve vulgar pictures and video of Adams engaged in a lewd act. Walla Walla PD had sent out a public safety notice yesterday. They have not released details of the arrest, but we will continue to keep you updated as the investigation continues. All right, Stacy is off tonight, but meteorologist Josh Colbreth is here. He has a first look at our weather. Josh.
Well, we had very normal high temperatures for today. That's going to continue into Friday and Saturday, but the pivot's going to be on Sunday. That's going to lead us to some triple-digit heat possible for lower elevations on Monday and Tuesday. The forecast is going to stay dry, so that's going to take fire danger up a notch as we head into next week. For tonight, temperature is going to be in the 50s for lower elevations. Can't rule out a few showers, but that's a low-end chance, like a 10% chance. Be a great night to have the First Alert weather app on hand so you can track some of those shower chances yourself. For tomorrow, it's going to be a sunny day. Temperatures getting into the 60s and 70s as soon as lunchtime, then 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. We'll have similar temperatures for Saturday, but like I said, the pivot's going to be on Sunday, and then triple digits potentially for lower elevations as we head into Monday and Tuesday. I'll tell you the specifics of that heat wave coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thank you. Governor Bob Ferguson in Kennewick today at the Regency Canyon Lakes Rehabilitation and Nursing Center for a press conference. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia says he got straight to business to talk about the ripple effects of the proposed Medicaid cuts and how that could impact everybody.
When it comes down to how much would be cut from Medicaid, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson says this is what is estimated so far.
From the House budget would mean a $2 billion cut over 4 years. The Senate version is even worse and is approximately $3 billion over 4 years. So these cuts are profound. I mean, there's not another word I can really think of in terms of the magnitude of what these cuts would mean.
Governor Ferguson says these cuts would be a step in the wrong direction.
In short, these budget cuts would fundamentally alter our state's healthcare system. As many as 200,000 Washingtonians on Medicaid will lose their health coverage in the first year if these budgets are adopted.
Healthcare providers and those with family members who depend on it say when it comes to it, these cuts are not cutting down on dollars, but cutting a life.
The lives of people. People will die without it. If we don't have treatments, my brother goes dialysis 3 times a week. If he misses 2 dialysis, he will die.
Medicaid gave us the opportunity to bring Lita home, surrounded by her siblings and the normalcy of her parents who love her. Private insurance, even the premium plan that comes with my job, rarely covers this equipment. There's just not a private health insurance on the planet that covers all the edge cases of human experience for someone with medical complexities like Lita.
I really, really want the elected officials to think about what they're doing. And if anything, put a face to the people you're trying to cut the money from. I think that is so important. It's not numbers, it's people. 30 years, we've seen lots of changes. And as I said before, this one scares all of us in healthcare. It's bad. It's really bad what they want to do.
Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Okay, Monique, the governor says a final budget has not been adopted, so it's hard to know the full scope until that final vote happens, which is yet to be determined. Across the state of Washington, with the primary elections less than 2 months away now, one organization is focusing heavily on gun responsibility. The Alliance for Gun Responsibility is a nonpartisan, Washington-based organization founded in 2013. After the Sandy Hook tragedy, the group works with lawmakers across the state to prevent gun violence, launching campaigns for background checks and extremist protection orders. Now the Alliance is preparing to release a list of 94 endorsements, covering everything from school board races to countywide elections, sheriff and city council contests. The Alliance's chief of staff says electing leaders who take gun violence seriously is a top priority.
These fatalities that we see are coming from DV situations, domestic violence situations. 54% of the homicides from DV are from a firearm. These disproportionately so in rural communities throughout Washington.
The Alliance plans to release its first endorsement list next week. Now to Yakima, where people today calling on their local representative to take action for a national issue. About 40 people from the Friends of Migrants group took to the streets of downtown Yakima to protest the deportation of illegal immigrants today. The group marched from Lions Park to the building that houses Representative Dan Newhouse's office. Each of the protesters rode the elevator to the 10th floor to present Newhouse's staff with a symbolic bag of apples. At 2 points, the protesters broke into song, including outside Newhouse's office.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
One of the organizers says this was a nonpartisan effort and that they want Newhouse to work across the aisle. The organizer also says he has a response to those who support deportation.
I would say we're working against our own best interests, that we need these people to do work that many of us don't want to do, working in the fields, and we're building our wealth upon their backs, that we owe them something more than just kicking them out of our country. And the pathway to citizenship, giving them a legal pathway to be here, is the best answer.
Some of the protesters thanked Newhouse's staff member for listening, and the group dispersed after about an hour. Now to local living and new at 6. A fun community event has returned to Granger for the summer. A handful of vendors set up shop tonight for the weekly farmers market. They were carrying everything from flowers to bread and even veggies and peanuts. This vendor has been selling tacos and tamales at the market for 10 years and says business usually is not slow.
I have already customers like for tamales. They come from work and they drive through and pick them up and take them home. So my tamales always goes, regardless if people comes or not. I already have like my customers that come and pick them up.
The farmers market will be held every Thursday evening from 4 to 7 in the KNDA Plaza. It will run until September the 25th. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Still ahead, my in-depth interview with the former Pasco Transportation Director who sued the district and won. Plus,
coming up tonight, we'll be showing you some important upgrades that have been happening right here at the Prosser School District.
and let's go outside. A live picture from our Skycam network. Kind of cloudy out there, right? Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is back. He is saying that we could be warming up soon. So stay with us. We're on your side.
For decades, CG Public House has been known for fresh, chef-inspired meals and seasonal specialty menus. When the weather's right, enjoy patio dining with dog-friendly amenities that make everyone feel welcome. Pair your favorite dishes with handcrafted cocktails and premium local wines for the perfect dining experience. Don't miss the Pendleton Beef Prime Rib, served every Friday and Saturday. And be sure to finish with a slice of our famous homemade pie. Join us to make CG Public House your favorite dine-out.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals and everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings right now at all Walker's Furniture locations. It's the perfect time to upgrade for less with store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals. Or get it now and pay for it over time with no money down and no interest financing for up to 5 years. No need to wait. Bring home comfort for less and get that Serta or Beauty Rest mattress you've been wanting, because these 4th of July savings are too big to miss. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Power through your summer chores with less downtime and enjoy more playtime with Steel Battery.
If you have heart failure or chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help you keep living life, because there are places you'd like to be. Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, both which may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
Farxiga.
It's the Click It RV Union Gap Star Spangled RV Sales Event, now until July 6th. Shop new and used RVs from Grand Design, Rockwood, and more. There's zero down and no payments for 6 months, and the highest paid for your trade-in. It's time for your independence as you hit the road in your RV, camper, trailer, or fifth wheel, and get low American pricing before the tariffs hit. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So get here for the Click It RV Star Spangled Sales Event, going on now through July 6th.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. The Prosser School District just wrapped up some major upgrades to its athletic facilities, and they couldn't have done it without big help from the community. New at 6, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has this story.
Back in February of last year, the Prosser School District passed a capital levy aimed at funding improvements and maintenance across the district. That levy, which brought in over $2 million, helped fund the construction of 8 brand new tennis courts at Prosser High School. While student athletes have been using the courts throughout the past school year, the final touches were just completed recently.
So they started their spring sports about March 1st, and so they were playing on them. However, they played only on red with the black asphalt around them. The green was just done in the last week or 10 days.
The new courts will allow the school to host large athletic events like regionals, and the district is planning future additions near the courts, close to the baseball and softball complexes.
And to my left shoulder, which you can't see, will be the future home of a concession stand and restrooms and storage facility for these athletic programs.
One of the biggest changes, a brand new set of pickleball courts at the site of the old Prosser High School. They're already seeing plenty of use.
We were able to put in 6 pickleball courts and the tennis court to the left, allowing it to be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Obviously, we don't probably play in the middle of winter, but this modernization allowed for our local community to have better outdoor spaces.
While the improvements do come from a multi-million-dollar levy, Prosser School District officials tell me the most important thing is financial responsibility in giving folks of the Prosser community, as well as students in the district, a return on investment.
Community came up, we've never run a capital levy before. We said we needed a great place for our students and our community to play and live, and we got it, and we need to say thank you. Surrounding communities need to know if you support each other, it works for all.
For locals like Ben Sonicson, the upgrades are about more than just new facilities. They're about pride in the community and investing in the future.
I know that we've had groups of 30 young kids out here teaching them the game, and they're looking at these courts like I did when I was a kid. I started on these courts in the 1980s with summer rec tennis, and now these courts, there's kids starting on these courts in pickleball in the 2020s, right? And so, you know, what happens in 30 years of time, it really enhances the community.
The Prosser School District is staying focused on growth and making things better for both students and the community. In Prosser, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, William, the same levy also funded security improvements at Housel Middle School, helping create a safer learning environment for students. We have a couple consumer alerts for you. A recall is underway concerning a brand of foldable camping beds due to serious injuries. The Coleman Company has recalled its Converta camping cots and suspension stretchers. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the backrest fold mechanism poses laceration and amputation risks to fingers. There have been at least 2 reports of fractured fingers. More than 220,000 units were sold in stores nationwide and online from 2011 through March. iHerb is recalling about 60,000 bottles and blister packs of dietary supplements sold online because they are not child resistant. The California Gold Nutrition iron supplements include daily prenatal multivitamins and also women's multivitamins, plus Ulta Men's Women's 50-plus multivitamins. They violate federal law requiring them to be in child-resistant packaging. That's because the iron in them poses a risk of serious injury or death to young kids. Consumers should immediately get them out of sight and reach, especially for kids, and then contact iHerb for a refund.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, we got some big time heat that's slated for the beginning of next week. We'll get to that here in a minute. But first, I wanted to talk about some of the wind gusts for the rest of tonight. Yeah, it could be a little bit windy, specifically in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts around 35 miles per hour. For the rest of us, it will be breezy. After 11 p.m., winds are going to be a little bit calmer, but they'll come back for tomorrow. For tonight, partly cloudy skies. Can't rule out some showers for lower elevations in the Cascades, but I'm thinking that's going to be like a 10% chance. It's not even really showing up on Futurecasts, so it'd be a great evening to download the First Alert Weather app. You can get it for free on the App Store or on Google Play. You can track some of those shower chances yourself. For tonight, low is going to be down into the 50s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades and 40s in the Blues. Then for tomorrow, maybe a few leftover showers in the Cascades. For the rest of us, we're going to be dry with mostly sunny skies, and high temperatures will continue to be normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 50s up in the Cascades, and 60s and 70s in the Blues. Vegetation not going to look the driest it's been all summer, but still in that elevated level of dryness for the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. So keep that in mind when I show you this. Again, winds coming back for tomorrow, so fires could start or spread quickly, especially after 2 p.m. That's when we're going to see the strongest wind gusts. So the day could start off breezy or windy, but the strongest gusts going to be reserved for after 2 p.m. And once again, the windiest conditions are going to be in the Kittitas Valley, but a shout out to the Morrow County foothills, and across the map, it's going to be breezy. So like I've been saying all show, high temperature is going to stay normal through Saturday, the pivot for Sunday, and then around triple digits in the Tri-Cities for Monday and Tuesday. That's about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. We could be a little bit closer to 105 in some portions of the basin, but I think for the valleys and for the foothills of both Morrow County, Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, those areas could easily be around 100 degrees for both Monday and Tuesday. Definitely stay tuned for that. We might have a First Alert Weather Day coming down the pike. And remember, I showed you vegetation dryness already at an elevated level for lower elevations. You add in that heat, and you add in the fact that we're not really going to have any substantial rain chances over the next 7 days. So I'm thinking that vegetation dryness for next week could get bumped up a notch, either to critical or significant. And then you factor in the fact that maybe some people are going to be shooting off fireworks. So that is really going to take fire danger up a notch. We need everyone to be on their P's and Q's, not only when it comes to heat safety, but also when it comes to fire safety. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mid-80s for Friday and Saturday, mid-90s on Sunday, then near 100 for Monday and Tuesday. In Yakima, trending hotter into the weekend, but especially hot for the beginning of next week. In Ellensburg, windy over the next couple of days, but the winds pose a much greater threat for fire starts next week, especially with the prospect of unprofessionals shooting off fireworks. Unprofessionals, that's the key word. In Hermiston, seasonal over the next couple of days, transitional heat on Sunday, and then the peak of the heat wave on Monday and Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, low 80s Friday and Saturday, low 90s on Sunday, then around the 100-degree mark to start the new work week.
Josh, thank you so much. And for Stacy tonight, still ahead on Apple Valley News Now live at 6, an unusual daytime sighting caught on camera. We'll tell you what the American Meteor Society said it could be. That's next.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. But I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven? More dollars saved? More life embraced? And more electrified vehicles than any other brand? Yours, Toyota Hybrids.
Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Prius for just $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The Never a Bother campaign reminds Yakima Valley youth that reaching out for help is never a burden, whether it's to a friend, trusted adult, or by calling 988. With strong community support, we are here to ensure that no young person struggles alone.
Never a bother.
Never a bother. Never a bother.
Never a bother.
If you're having thoughts of suicide or want to learn more about how to support youth in your care, visit neverabother.org for more information.
For decades, some manufacturers have played the same game, adding pointless accessories, raising prices, marking things up with market shifts. In 2020, it was chip shortages. Now, pricing uncertainty. But McCurley Mazda didn't raise prices then, and we won't now. We've always priced vehicles the right way for our community. Fair, transparent, and pressure-free. Skip the games. This is the way buying should feel. McCurley Mazda, your way home.
All right, let's check this out. A fireball was spotted over areas of the southeast Thursday and captured on a dash cam. This happening in Lexington County, South Carolina. The American Meteor Society said it looks like it was a daytime fireball that caused a sonic boom. That typically occurs when a meteorite drops a fireball, but not always. The driver said she saw a big flash in the sky come down and then disappear, almost like a firework. The National Weather Service in Charleston says satellite images also showed a streak in the sky. Reports of fireballs are somewhat common at night, but during the daytime is more unusual. We're going to head to Alaska now. An unexpected visitor wandering into the Anchorage Fire Department's maintenance shop on Wednesday. It was a moose, but she didn't need a tune-up. One of the mechanics said he heard some grunting, looked, and then saw the animal. He said the moose didn't look upset, instead just looking for her babies. After about 20 seconds, the mama left when she realized her calves were not there. Everybody else is signing off, but we are just getting started with the region's only live and local news at 6:30. Coming up, my special report with a former Pasco employee. Also, one of the biggest sporting events is coming to Eastern Oregon this summer. Our Dan Hansen has the details on this year's Epson tournament. That and much more when we come on back.
Register today. Last chance. 165 team registration ends midnight Monday, June 30th.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings this week at Walker's. Get store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals, or get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Looking for unbeatable value? Start and finish your journey at McCurley Honda. At McCurley, every pre-owned vehicle is certified and carefully inspected so you can drive with confidence. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.99% APR financing on select Honda True Certified Accord, CR-V, Passport, and Civic models. We offer a wide range of makes and models, so you're sure to find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs without any of the worry. Visit McCurley Honda today or check out our entire inventory online at McCurleyHonda.com.
Hear that? It's the sound of savings at your local Ford dealer. Get a sweet-sounding deal on F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Escape, and more. Hurry in today for the sound of savings, because a new Ford truck or SUV is calling your name. Just listen to this great offer. Employee pricing ends soon. Get up to $13,000 total savings, only at your local Ford dealer.
Why choose between power and efficiency? With the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from McCurley Honda, you get the best of both. Smooth performance meets outstanding fuel savings, perfect for every drive, whether city streets or highways. Plus, take advantage of incredible offers on our entire lineup of vehicles during our summer sales event. Feel the thrill and save at the pump with your new Honda from McCurley Honda. Your way home.
If you would like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July savings event. Experience first-class sleep, plus get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
A really fun golf course.
All the holes are pretty challenging.
Surrounded by Oregon farms.
The course is lined by old-growth trees.
Fly the Northwest over the golf course at Birch Creek.
And then, of course, you have the creek.
Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next, ET, a Maroon 5 exclusive. Their new music video with a surprise cameo. And Surf's Up. Bahamas Week continues with 911's Ryan Guzman. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Here at the Wild Horse Casino, they're doubling down on their future and their expansion. I'll tell you how coming up.
Also ahead, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is standing by with your First Alert forecast. You're watching the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. and it starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Here we go on this Thursday. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is off. We always begin with First Alert weather at 6:30. Stacy's off, but Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is here and has a first look at how it's looking outside. Kind of cloudy tonight.
Well, we had very normal high temperatures for today. That's going to continue into Friday and Saturday, but the pivot's going to be on Sunday. That's going to lead us to some triple-digit heat possible for lower elevations on Monday and Tuesday. The forecast is going to stay dry, so that's going to take fire danger up a notch as we head into next week. For tonight, temperature is going to be in the 50s for lower elevations. Can't rule out a few showers, but that's a low-end chance, like a 10% chance. Be a great night to have the First Alert weather app on hand so you can track some of those shower chances yourself. For tomorrow, it's going to be a sunny day. Temperatures getting into the 60s and 70s as soon as lunchtime, then 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. We'll have similar temperatures for Saturday, but like I said, the pivot's going to be on Sunday, and then triple digits potentially for lower elevations as we head into Monday and Tuesday. I'll tell you the specifics of that heat wave coming up a little bit later in the show.
Now to a deeper look at a story we brought you earlier this week. The Pasco School District has agreed to pay nearly $2 million to settle a lawsuit with a former employee who claims he faced years of racial harassment and retaliation. But Jose Hernandez says he is not alone. When he tried to report the widespread harassment, he says he faced retaliation, demotion, and false accusations. But the school district tells me they did nothing wrong and followed procedure. We hear tonight from Hernandez, his lawyer, and the district.
My first day, that when I was walking through the parking lot, is the first time I heard the comments that were made, which was, I can't believe we have a effing Mexican for a supervisor.
Former Pasco School District Transportation Director Jose Hernandez will receive a $1.9 million settlement after suing the district for what he called years of racial discrimination and retaliation.
This specific job, I looked forward to it due to the new opportunities that it brought.
Hernandez, a former state trooper who spent 17 years with the district, said he was called racial slurs, targeted by graffiti, and received threatening notes, all while district leaders failed to act.
Jose showed extraordinary strength by coming forward.
In a statement to Apple Valley News Now, the Pasco School District confirmed the settlement, saying it was handled through the Washington Schools Risk Management Pool. Hernandez officially retired this past March.
The hostility was very surprising. The profanity, the very specific words that were shared directly to me and what I was told to where to go and so forth. And then comes the images, the notes that were slipped under the door, the tagging that took place, the writing on flyers that said, "This is America, speak English." It just, I've never in my whole career, all the careers that I've had, law enforcement and this, have ever experienced something like this.
The district said in part, quote, "The resolution was made to avoid the cost and disruption of prolonged litigation. It does not represent an admission of wrongdoing." They went on to say the Pasco School District categorically denies the characterizations made in the lawsuit and remains committed to a safe, inclusive, and respectful environment, end quote.
Both this case and similar ones that we've worked on send a consistent message to employers that if you tolerate racial harassment, you'll be held accountable.
The district also says its position on the allegations remains unchanged, denying wrongdoing and reaffirming its commitment to equity. So where do we go from here?
It's over. It doesn't necessarily take away the depth of pain and what we've had to go through. And then I'm the one that I look as being a victim and shared something that I think could be a positive result.
And as for Jose's lawyer, He says the work for equality in public institutions must continue.
And we find that things only change if brave people like Jose are willing to stand up and demand they change. And so our hope is that parents, staff, and students across the district will continue to demand that Pasco School District do better.
Again, the district denies any wrongdoing and says it took the steps to avoid lengthy court proceedings. Other news tonight, and to a crime alert. If you've gotten a text message this week that appears to be from the Washington State Department of Transportation, it is likely a scam. Stephanie Randolph, the department's acting communications director, says people statewide have been receiving fraudulent texts since Monday. The messages urge people to pay money to avoid legal consequences and includes a link to a false website. Randolph tells us these messages are fake. The department does not send texts asking for payments. She also says people should disregard the messages, not click the links, and report them to their cell phone provider. She also says people can file a complaint with the FBI or Federal Trade Commission. New at 6:30 now, a judge has ruled the University of Idaho murder trial will go on as scheduled in August. Attorneys for Bryan Kohberger attempted to put the process on hold, claiming they do not have enough time to go through the large amount of evidence and that information was shared with the media. Jury questioning is scheduled to begin in August on the 4th and instead of July 30th, and will continue until a jury is seated. Opening statements could begin by August the 18th. Attorney General Nick Brown is applauding a court order against the Trump administration after their attempt to block funding for electric vehicle chargers. On January 20th, the Trump administration paused funding that included nearly $1 billion appropriated by Congress for electric vehicle charging infrastructure. U.S. District Court Judge Tana Lin has ruled that the administration must reinstate the state's electric vehicle infrastructure deployment plans to their prior lawful status and cease withholding the authorized funding for the national electric vehicle infrastructure. The judge stayed the order for 7 days. It will go into effect on July 2nd if an appeal is not filed. Well, Pendleton's biggest entertainment destination is about to get even bigger. Wild Horse Resort and Casino is undergoing a $100 million expansion. New at 6:30, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says it is set to reshape the region's gaming and tourism scene.
From the casino floor to the hotel lobby, Wild Horse Resort and Casino is already a major draw in Eastern Oregon. But Wild Horse Resort and Casino CEO Gary George says they're ready to raise the stakes.
We look to really try to upgrade our facilities, refresh it, and to create these amenities that are going to draw people here.
The centerpiece, a sleek 10-story hotel tower with over 200 rooms, plus a new upscale restaurant and 15,000 square feet of brand new convention space.
To achieve that, we also are building, of course, the 10-story hotel with 214 rooms to help accommodate more families and more people. And some of the unique features of this hotel are going to be family friendly.
Right behind me is where the new hotel will rise. The 10-story hotel will more than double the rooms here at Wild Horse, while not only creating more space, but also transforming it into a destination property. The expansion also means saying goodbye to the older Courtyard Hotel, which was torn down to make way for the upgrades. For the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, this is more than a facelift. It's a future-forward investment.
Of course, with the convention center, there's some features that are coming that we're still in the process of negotiating that we hope will inspire more people to come here. And given the track record of something unique that's coming, there's only 2 other places here in the United States that has a facility that we're going to build.
The project is scheduled for completion by 2027. But even before the ribbon cutting, the economic ripple is already taking shape. New jobs, increased tourism, and a resort ready to compete on a whole new level. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. The resort plans to stay fully operational during construction, and officials say guests can expect regular updates as work moves forward. The expansion is expected to bring in both local construction jobs and long-term hospitality positions. Other news tonight, the Oregon Zoo is welcoming an eel-like species from Willamette Falls, which is the first time this particular population will be in human care. Jen Osborne Elliott oversees the zoo's northwest area and says the 25 Pacific lamprey that arrived are part of a larger effort trying to restore this population. They will stay at the zoo this winter, but once they are ready to spawn, they will be transported above the Detroit Dam on the North Santiam River. The Pacific lamprey is a long fish that has no jaw or scales. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, along with the Oregon and Washington State Fish and Wildlife agencies, say they are a species of concern. And in sports, the countdown is on to one of the biggest sporting events in northeastern Oregon this summer. For the fourth year in a row, Wild Horse Resort and Casino is hosting a major stop on the Epson Tour, the official qualifying tour of the LPGA. The casino is once again rolling out the green carpet for the tour, hosting 140 of the world's top rising stars in women's golf. Last year's tournament made headlines when a golfer from Thailand shattered records and later secured her LPGA card. 13 others from the event did the same, with rising stars from around the globe chasing their shot at the LPGA.
It really showcases all we're doing out here at Wild Horse. This golf course attracts people from all over this region, and this tournament attracts some of the finest women golfers all across the world. So it just shows you the stage we're on out here at Wild Horse.
The three-day tournament runs August 15th through the 17th, with tickets just $12 and free for kids under 15. Volunteers, sponsors, and golf fans alike are all teeing up to make this year the biggest yet. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30, volunteers were out in Richland. We're going to have the details on how they are helping feed local families from our Jake Gable. And Josh will return with your full First Alert weather forecast. Do stay with us.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
There's working you. And then there's Chill You. Chill You is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill You is the best you. There you are. Bring back your Chill You with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
This summer, big wins come in sevens at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready for the $100,000 Lucky Summer Sevens giveaway with over $12,000 cash up for grabs every Friday and Saturday in June. The heat is on, and so is the grand prize on June 28th. 3 winners choose 7 cards with prizes. Reveal 7 sevens and instantly win $17,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
If you would like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July savings event. Experience first-class sleep, plus get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
The Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Look for the summer discount stickers on select vehicles. The new 2025 Kia Sportage is available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid starts at just $29,990. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Back now with Making a Difference. Second Harvest held a food donation event at the Life Church 7 in Richland this afternoon, providing food for neighbors in need. New at 6:30 Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable shows us how they make it happen.
Food is a necessity for life, but just because it's necessary doesn't mean it's always available for everyone. Providing meals for those in need is Second Harvest's mission.
Usually try and do one here locally in the Tri-Cities area, and then we get out to rural areas. So in setup, we usually have like a sponsor that sponsors the mobile market. So Life Church 7 has sponsored this mobile market. So that goes out on our website, and then people follow that website so they can find the information of where to come.
With donations from places such as Walmart and local farmers, Life Church 7 and Second Harvest are able to give food to nearly 300 families.
I was a single mom at one time, so I know what it's like to be in lack. So when I see people coming in need, I know that they come through because they are in need of food.
The foods given out include frozen turkey, beef, potatoes, apples, onions, and bread.
People who come every month, you know, sometimes they're repeat people, so we see them and we can catch up on what they've been doing and stuff, and it's a real pleasure for us to see them every month. So, and we have a lot of fun doing this.
Between Life Church 7 and Second Harvest, 17 people volunteered their time to fill an assembly line of cars with food from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
A lot of them are actually part of our School of Jesus. These are a lot of alumni or current students, as well as members of our church.
A fulfilling act of kindness that fills the pantries of those in need. In Richland, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Jake, thank you, sir. Second Harvest is looking for more volunteers and donations. The next mobile market will be back at Life Church 7 in Richland on July the 1st.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbroth.
Apologize, having a couple problems with Josh's mic. We're going to check in with Josh right after this, so stay with us.
This 4th of July, set your perfect remodel free. During our Made in the USA sale, take 50% off American-made carpets, floors, and more. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Hear that? It's the sound of savings at your local Ford dealer. Get a sweet-sounding deal on F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Escape, and more. Hurry in today for the sound of savings, because a new Ford truck or SUV is calling your name. Just listen to this great offer. Employee pricing ends soon. Get up to $13,000 total savings, only at your local Ford dealer.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
Power through your summer chores with less downtime and enjoy more playtime with Steel Battery.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store today. Bonus zone savings include Pepsi brand 12 packs, buy 2 get 2 free. Save $3 on Old Trapper 10-ounce beef jerky. Plus find Blue Diamond bagged almonds for $4.99. Bi-Mart brand bath tissue and paper towels are $5 off. Savory Prime chicken jerky for dogs is just $14.99. And find assorted gift cards at $3 off, saving you more when it's needed most. Bi-Mart since 1955.
In a world filled with accidents, the injured look to Mo, because Mo knows these guys are bulldog tough on personal injury and workers' compensation claims. Mo knows you can go to the other guys, but why would you? From back in autumn, Bulldog Tough.
The River of Fire Festival, presented by ICCU, is back. Friday, July the 4th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. It's a free family celebration starting at 2 p.m. with food trucks, live music, kids' activities, and fireworks at 10.
This 4th of July, set your perfect remodel free. During our Made in the USA sale, take 50% off American-made carpets, floors, and more. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
A flight over the golf course at Birch Creek. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Well, we got some big-time heat that's slated for the beginning of next week. We'll get to that here in a minute. But first, I wanted to talk about some of the wind gusts for the rest of tonight. Yeah, it could be a little bit windy, specifically in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts around 35 miles per hour. For the rest of us, it will be breezy. After 11 p.m., winds are going to be a little bit calmer, but they'll come back for tomorrow. For tonight, partly cloudy skies. Can't rule out some showers for lower elevations in the Cascades, but I'm thinking that's going to be like a 10% chance. It's not even really showing up on Futurecast, so it'd be a great evening to download the First Alert Weather app. You can get it for free on the App Store or on Google Play. You can track some of those shower chances yourself. For tonight, low is going to be down into the 50s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades and 40s in the Blues. Then for tomorrow, maybe a few leftover showers in the Cascades. For the rest of us, we're going to be dry with mostly sunny skies, and high temperatures will continue to be normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 50s up in the Cascades, and 60s and 70s in the Blues. Vegetation not going to look the driest it's been all summer, but still in that elevated level of dryness for the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. So keep that in mind when I show you this. Again, winds coming back for tomorrow, so fires could start or spread quickly, especially after 2 p.m. That's when we're going to see the strongest wind gusts. So the day could start off breezy or windy, but the strongest gusts going to be reserved for after 2 p.m. And once again, the windiest conditions are going to be in the Kittitas Valley, but a shout out to the Morrow County foothills, and across the map, it's going to be breezy. So like I've been saying all show, high temperature is going to stay normal through Saturday, the pivot for Sunday, and then around triple digits in the Tri-Cities for Monday and Tuesday. That's about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. We could be a little bit closer to 105 in some portions of the basin, but I think for the valleys and for the foothills of both Morrow County, Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, those areas could easily be around 100 degrees for both Monday and Tuesday. Definitely stay tuned for that. We might have a First Alert Weather Day coming down the pike. And remember, I showed you vegetation dryness already at an elevated level for lower elevations. You add in that heat, and you add in the fact that we're not really going to have any substantial rain chances over the next 7 days. So I'm thinking that vegetation dryness for next week could get bumped up a notch, either to critical or significant. And then you factor in the fact that maybe some people are going to be shooting off fireworks. So that is really going to take fire danger up a notch. We need everyone to be on their P's and Q's, not only when it comes to heat safety, but also when it comes to fire safety. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mid-80s for Friday and Saturday, mid-90s on Sunday, then near 100 for Monday and Tuesday. In Yakima, trending hotter into the weekend, but especially hot for the beginning of next week. In Ellensburg, windy over the next couple of days, but the winds pose a much greater threat for fire starts next week, especially with the prospect of unprofessionals shooting off fireworks. Unprofessionals, that's the key word. In Hermiston, seasonal over the next couple of days, transitional heat on Sunday, and then the peak of the heat wave on Monday and Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, low 80s Friday and Saturday, low 90s on Sunday, then around the 100-degree mark to start the new work week.
Quick what's trending for you. The 4th private astronaut mission to the International Space Station is underway. This morning, the SpaceX Dragon docked onto the orbiting lab. Earlier this month, NASA announced it was delaying the mission due to a concern about a possible leak on the ISS. Now, the leak is nothing new. Air has been seeping out of a Russia-controlled module for years. Final word after this.
Desert sun and water fun. Summertime makes you feel more alive. But in the interest of your well-being, make sure you observe all safety rules and be careful while you're having fun.
Summer's almost here, and so is your next Subaru. The countdown to summer sales event is on at McCurley Subaru of Yakima, and the time is running out to lock in today's prices before potential market changes hit. Get ready for sunshine, road trips, and serious summer savings, like on a new 2025 Subaru Forester today for only $344 a month. Summer's coming fast. Lock in your deal today. McCurley Subaru of Yakima, your way home.
14.9% of American men are in fair or poor health. Could this be you? There's more about men's health now at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
The Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Look for the summer discount stickers on select vehicles. Take a spin in a new fuel-efficient 2025 Kia Niro LX Hybrid that starts at just $27,665. Plus, get 3.99% interest for up to 72 months. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Brian is the regional logistics leader. He makes sure things are ready when it comes to disaster response.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Desert sun and water fun. Summertime makes you feel more alive. But in the interest of your well-being, make sure you observe all safety rules and be careful while you're having fun.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
Well, for tonight, we can't rule out a few showers for lower elevations. That's going to be a very, very, very low in chance. Overnight lows down into the 50s. And then for tomorrow, a very pleasant day. Normal high temperatures for this time of the year, 70s and 80s. Lots of sunshine. But as we head into the weekend, Saturday is going to be another normal day in terms of high temperatures. But the pivot for Sunday to maybe triple-digit heat for Monday and Tuesday. Near 100 for the valleys and foothills, maybe near 105 in the basin.
All right, Josh, thank you for that. Quick reason to smile. This is from D, a bike ride sunrise, all brought to you by Lifetime Dental Care. Get your photo in by scanning that QR code. That's going to do it for us here at 6. Thank you for watching. I'm Austin Reed, hoping your news is good news. We'll see you at 11.